Hey everyone, a lot of you asked me how I read so many difficult long books like some of the classics I've discussed here, and how can I read, summarize, and analyze them on this channel. Today I'll explain my process in 9 steps to help you read and digest meaty books, but more importantly, how to be more productive with your reading. There are 2 types of writers and readers. Discovery readers are intuitive and planners are logical. Discovery readers may seek experiences and surprises. Planners, however, have a specific goal. In my younger days, I used to be a discovery reader and I would let the book take me on a journey. Now I plan my reading. When you're young, you date for fun, but once you're closer to 30, you search for a good mate to have babies with. When it comes to books, I'm picky. Typically, fiction readers are discovery readers and non-fiction readers are planners, and I'm a planner through and through. Just as in life and stories, reading is a 3-part process. Before reading, while reading, and after reading. So each section comes with 3 tips. Let's begin. Step 1. Start with short books. I used to be scared of commitment, so I read shorter books. Shorter books are fun dates, while long books like full-on marriage. Reading the 7th volume of Marcel Proust, about 3,000 pages, was a marriage with lots of ups and downs. I started slow and moved up once I had the stomach to digest chunkier books. Just like in gaming, you start at the level 1. 2 of my favorite books of all time are short novellas, The Blind Owl and Pedro Paramo. Step 2. You must judge a book by its cover. Reading is like mating. While selecting a partner, we judge them by their looks, smell, speech, wealth, and health. We ask them questions. I use Marie Kondo's method. I grab a book, and if it makes me excited, I keep it. If it doesn't excite me, I chuck it away. You'll be surprised how quickly you can get rid of a lot of books on your list, or desk, or shelf. In a library or bookstore, I don't chuck them away. Instead, I read page 99 to see if it excites me. I borrow 1 book at a time. Buying a book makes me appreciate it even more, and I can highlight and write on it. Once I've chosen 1 book, I'm ready to read. Step 3. Have a deadline. I got 2 major distractions, my phone and my fridge. When I decided to read Proust's novel, I gave myself 6 months. It pushed me to finish it, and I did. Humans are inherently lazy, but nature has given us cold winters as deadline. So we must prepare for the harsh weather. I pretend winter is coming, so I sit down and count the pages and give myself a deadline. Not finishing a book is not an option. Back in our cave days, if we didn't prepare for winter, we would die. Reading a book is luxury. Millions of people do jobs they hate, so I have no excuses. When you get lazy, remember sitting inside a cave shivering in the cold without firewood to burn. Once you finish a book, the feeling of achievement is amazing. Then treat yourself to an ice cream or a nice lunch. I'm a goal-oriented animal, and deadline motivates me and makes me read faster. Step 4. Make some predictions. Before reading, I write down a few predictions. To focus my attention, I decide what the book is about before even reading it. Philosophy books have a neat outline, so I read the table of contents. With novels, I write my predictions based on its title, subtitle, cover, or any other visual indications like chapters. Predicting the message of the book helps you use your prior knowledge of the subject. I spend 5-10 minutes on my predictions. The more you read, the better you can predict. Baseball players can predict where the ball lands after a lot of practice, and it's the same with books. After I finish the book, I go back and compare it to my predictions. It's a confidence boost when you get things right. Do you know what's more difficult than reading words? Maths and numbers. But Brilliant.org makes it easy for anyone to learn mathematics and computer science from the very basic to the very high levels. It's interactive. You're not sitting in classroom bored, but you are an active participant. Brilliant has thousands of lessons, from foundational and advanced maths to AI, data science, neural networks, and more, and new lessons added monthly. In today's job market, having a solid understanding of maths or computer science puts you ahead of competition because algorithms basically runs the economy. To help you get started, try Brilliant for free for a full 30 days. So go to my link brilliant.org/fictionbist or click the link in my description. Also, the first 200 of you will get 20% off Brilliant's annual premium subscription. Step 5. Skim, skip, and stop. Skimming helps you get the bigger picture. Skimming is when you look at the table of contents, chapter titles, and even read the first sentence of each paragraph to get an idea of what the book is talking about. This is important if you want to summarize the book. I also skip when I lose focus or get bored. I move to the next paragraph, page, or even chapter to refocus. We are evolved to seek change. I also skip if the book is too easy. If the book is too easy or too difficult, I can also stop. The best book is the one that is a little bit harder than your level, so it challenges your intellect and curiosity. So I skim, skip, and stop because not every word or paragraph or page deserves my attention. The author had good days and bad days writing the book, so they aren't all good stuff. Also, there are times you give up reading because you're not in that place. So read something else. Reading has to be challenging but also fun to get something out of it. Step 6. Take notes on your phone. As I read, I use the dictation function on my phone to note some of the ideas that come to me, or I highlight interesting passages. I also note the page number so it's easy for me to go back. If the book is my own copy, I highlight the interesting passages and write on the margins. To make a video, I have to write a lot of notes. I don't use all the notes, but when I want to analyze the book, my notes are fundamental. I organize my notes into 2 sections, for summary and for analysis. Step 7. Summarize the book in your own words. Summary is true to the book's main story or message. After finishing the book, I write a brief summary, mostly from my memory, but also use my notes for some key events. I don't always get things 100% right, but if it's close enough, that's good enough. Writing a summary also helps me get the bigger picture, and nothing's more thrilling than having a full picture of something. It's like climbing a summit, and now you own the mountain. Summarizing a book is like rereading it. It stays with you and forces you to really understand the book. Step 8. Analyze the book. A summary is a snapshot of the book, but an analysis is your reaction to the book. Once I have a summary, the next step is to organize my notes into a few general themes and topics. Using my notes, I examine each theme of the novel or book with some examples from the book. Here you can use quotes you have highlighted to strengthen your arguments. Usually 3 or 4 themes should be enough. Step 9. Your angle of view. The final step is to understand the main message. To help you, write 1-sentence summary of the book and 1-sentence analysis of the book. This helps me to angle my piece of writing or video. This is my own unique insight into the book. This can also be the title for the piece or the single takeaway from the book. This could also be the central question the book answered or a single piece of insight you learned. Marcel Proust's novel is about humans' innate desire to defeat time and be immortal. Good readers are like cows. When cows graze, they don't eat everything. They pick and choose. As a result, they have developed 4 separate stomachs. When you read a lot, you develop 4 brains. 1 for judging good books from bad ones, 1 for breaking the good books down for analysis, 1 for digesting the heavy elements, and 1 for regurgitating it back to others. I read like a cow. I don't read everything in front of me. If I waste my time on bad book, it's not the fault of the book or the author. It's my own fault for picking the wrong book. The ultimate goal is to read and respond, and that's how we grow. Cows graze, digest, burp, and poop. That's how we get bigger. Good grass gives us good milk, great cheese, and Kobe beef. Good books do the same. So happy grazing, happy reading. Thank you for watching.